it's been heard said a few things. Like, if you don't break the egg, how can you make the omelette? He said today, yes, and that's a realization that there are pains that people are experiencing. Yes, the reforms are tough, like bitter medicine. So it means that it's not only bitter, but there is a cure, because he calls it a medicine. But once the fever is gone, you know the cure was worth it. That means the bitter pill that you experience in your mouth, after some time, when the medicine starts working, you will experience some health. Now, the question I'd like to ask you, in the last 2 years or more of this government in power, the establishment of top policies that have been made, we have seen, but is the medicine working? Or the medicine doesn't look like the one that, or we are taking malaria medication for typhoid or for cancer? Or what exactly do you think is going on? Are the realities and the promises or the hopes that are being preached, are they in tandem?
Okay, let me tell you, there's a doctor, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who has an APC hospital. And he says he treats malaria patients. So he makes sure the fever is gone. So what does he do? If you take a patient there, he gives the patient rat poison. So the patient will die, and the fever will die with the patient. That's one way he kills his own patient. So if he has 20 patients, and 50 of them die, he says, I have only 5 fever patients left. That is not the best way to cure patients. It is not every medicine that is going to cure a fever. That's number one. Number two, he went to the wrong country. He should have gone to Argentina, because his own policy is closer to the one done in Argentina, not the one being done in Brazil. Thirdly, the problem is not breaking the egg. You can ask women who make omelette. The easiest part is breaking the egg. You break the egg, and all the yolk and the white of the egg split to the ground. If you break the egg, at the time you have no fire pan. You have not even lit the fire. So how are you going to make the omelette? So the problem is that half of our eggs are broken, and nobody has had breakfast. You keep breaking the egg, you don't see the omelette. We know.
I mean, what for me, right? So you, Prince, you are saying that this government is not doing the right thing. Possibly, maybe they put in place the right policies, but they are not implementing it the right way. If I understand you clearly, but I'm sort of tired of hearing the problems alone. I'm one of the Nigerians who wants to hear the solution. Let's assume that this government, from your own standpoint, and because you're an opposition person, it might be assumed that you are opposing this government or criticizing them just because for the opposition, for the sake of it. But let's look at it. If you were in President Bola Tinubu's shoe and you have made the same policy or you have made the same decision, how do you correct it? Because you are saying that this government is going in the wrong path. But how do we go back into the right path?
Okay. I am not just saying that President Tinubu's government is not doing the right thing. There are some governments that don't do the right thing. Well, I'm saying that they are not only just not doing the right thing, they are actively doing the bad thing. And the reason why I'm able to say that is that the president may disagree with the policy of the SDP. We raised the stairway to poverty and insecurity. And we said you have to make social investment. And we gave that you can grow your GDP by making social investment. He is trying to grow his own GDP by making social divestment and hoping that Brazilians, because I had him calling Petrobras to come here, he's hoping that Brazilians, other people who have made social investments at home and have reaped the benefits of that social investment are going to bring their own money to come and make foreign investment here. The policy is wrong. The third reason why I say the policy is wrong is that after criticizing the SDP or ignoring the SDP manifesto here, he's praising Brazil. So Brazil is the benchmark for today's discussion. I agree with the Channel TV. You can organize a session where you bring Wale Edo, you bring all the economic team of APC, and you bring me and you bring SDP. We can have a debate for 2 hours in your session. If they can pay half, we can pay half. And let us put these policies and explain them to Nigerian people. They are getting their own policies wrong in 5 ways. 1, they are behaving as if poverty can increase and economic growth can also increase at the same time. It can't happen. The journey of poverty must be inversely correlated to the journey of our economic growth. So if you grow your economy, poverty must reduce. How do you reduce poverty? 3 ways to reduce poverty. 1, you do immediate employment for people. You have to configure most of your economic policies to include employment. 2nd, do social investment, housing, healthcare, education, infrastructure, basic infrastructure for people. That's why I said if you go and study Bolsa Familia, that is the program that saved Brazil. Now, thirdly, you must have systems in place for macroeconomic management, and you cannot cheat in that kind of examination. You must immediately tell the governor of central bank, gentlemen, meet with Minister of Finance. By the middle of my term, I want inflation to be single digit. If you can't do it, leave my job, let me find somebody else. Because you have to make inflation to be single digit. You have to reduce unemployment to single digit. You must look at those 2 things, and you must increase productivity. So agricultural productivity, they are coming down. Unemployment is rising. Inflation is rising. And poverty is blooming. And then you go to Brazil and say, God loves Brazil more than us, or what? Or you're asking the question, what do they have that we don't have? They have common sense. They have good leadership. They understand economics. And they don't want to cheat the economy. They want to study macroeconomic indicators and make sure that the policies are able to move the needle. So it's like you buying fuel into your car. You watch the gauge. If you are buying fuel inside your car and the gauge is still empty, you ask, is the gauge faulty or are they cheating you? Now you cannot say, I spent 200,000 to fill the tank of a Land Cruiser and the gauge is still empty or less than 1/4. You say, what happened? So they are spending money. They are raising nominal increase in money. They are pumping money into the subnational, into the state government and all of that. They are spending some of the money on certain principles, and they are happy that the economy is expanding, is spending.
Prince,
but they're not looking at the deliverables and the outcomes. That is what they are doing wrong. I will have more time. I will break it down to them, sector by sector, aspect by aspect, quarter by quarter, and I will take their medium-term expenditure framework, and I will do the analytics of it. They will see